Too Many Rides here. Welcome to the Too Many Rides garage. Here we are, about to get started on some more stuff. You're back because you want to see the 1996 xr600r get itself back together. It was down to a frame, yet it was still registered. So I decided to put the 96 back together using the worst parts out of my spares. Next, I think we'll start concentrating on getting all the front end taken care of, and we've got to get all these controls on the bike. The handlebars and the frame, those are about the only thing that are original here. Everything else is from some other bike. I decided to use these handlebars, may as well use the old brush guards that were already on it. And I have to go through my cables and stuff. Now, I've already done preliminary search and decided on stuff you'll see in a minute. It's time to work on it again, and this segment is going to be all the front end stuff and the controls. Oh, you might be wondering how I came up with so many XR parts. Enough to put a bike together out of the worst parts. After building my fleet, they went together with the best parts. Now the 96, all the worst parts. And yeah, you know, it's got a nick in it here or a scrape in it there, or it's partially worn. I'm having to fix up pieces, clean stuff, and put this all together out of serviceable parts. They're all usable. Okay. 1996 xr600r, out of the worst parts, we're using the 1996 handlebars over again. Let's start off with brake calipers. We got one here which currently has something going on causing this pad to come out of its spot. That's on a complete brake. Even includes all the parts. Now here we have one. See if I can identify it. It's got usable brake pads. They're in position properly. Same kind of brake, but it doesn't have the same number on it. So I don't see anything wrong with that other than it's missing this. It has a bit of a gouge in the outer protective cover. Okay, so we get to the master cylinder itself. This one's just missing the lever. The whole assembly is just missing the lever. Like I said, it's got this slight damage to the outer protective casing. I would have to think this comes off of the Tracker project machine. You remember the Tracker, don't you? You know, I'm trying to use as much of the Tracker parts as possible. We're going to use the Tracker, and we're not going to use 2K. The original 2K unit is not going on the 96. It's in too good a shape, and I'm using only the worst parts out of my bins. I still have to come up with a proper clutch cable, clutch assembly, and I'm not sure which ones I'm using yet. I'm also looking for any brush guard parts. So I'm looking to put back together the brush guards that used to be on that. Okay, those are throttle parts. One thing about the throttle is I want to have the throttle work properly. And so I'm a little leery about putting on sticky throttle parts. So these pieces look proper. I got these for the outside, and I think the other expander piece is still inside the handlebars. Okay, so clutch-wise, this came on the 96. It's not OEM, but it's what it used to have. I'm considering running that again. Now I think we're all set. This stuff's got to be put away. I had to dig up one of these handlebar clamps for the master cylinder brake lever. The next thing is I need to find the worst one. I see this one is nicked. Since this is black, it matches that, and that's what we're going to use. Then the next thing is you've got this lever pivot. I don't have one on here. Anyway, this goes through here, but I'm having a hard time screwing it in. It's got a proper shoulder for the brake lever to ride on. That isn't going to work. Oh, there we go. This brake lever has been nicked. I'm going to have to clean that up. Right here, it's on a bind. These darn old parts, they're not being used on my current bikes because they need fixing up. Yeah. If you can put it through by hand, it's gonna work. Oh, but yeah, there's one other thing. I need to clean up the threads on this. Okay, so the problem is that you can screw this proper perch pivot bolt in part way, but then it hangs up. So we're going to chase that through. That was in pretty bad shape thread-wise, but now we're good. See what I mean? Now we're good. This one will do it. That's why they have to have a nut on it. You need to have it have some play. Can't tighten it down too far. It's still a little too much. There we go. Nothing stopping that. It does not have too much friction. It's gonna work. Okay, so there you go with that. There's your front brake. We're gonna put that on. I found the brush guards, and we've got these, which I think go to this set. I think they go there. They're complete, right and left. Came off the 96. Okay, handlebars. I got one end. I was able to get a grip on the wedge that belongs inside of there, and now that's safe from being lost inside the handlebars like this other one. So I don't know, I haven't come up with anything yet. All I can think of is a stiff piece of wire as far as something I've got. I'm thinking if I straighten this out and put a dog ear on the end of it, I might be able to grip. Might be able to grip the thing. If it's not in there, if it's not stuck in there, then it should pop out of there fairly easy too. Are you with me on this? There it is. It was just a piece of tubing. And there's the part I'm looking for. Okay, so we did it. Here's the wedge. So apparently, the expander bolt expands on this. It goes in there and it digs in. Both of these need to be hammered down a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now these are going to go into place with this and that. Okay, and that's what you shove in there with this setup installed. Yeah, see, that's hard to get in there now. Wonder if I can find tubing to replace that. Let's go to our tubing supply house. See what we've got in there to match this. I'm afraid I've got nothing for that. Maybe this. Let's see if this will fit in the handlebars. XR600 people who are interested in the worst parts going on a 600. Here's where we're at. This tubing junk is pretty shot, so I was looking for something else, and this is as close as I can come. It looks like the thickness of the thing is a hair larger, but I'm going to see if I can make that work. Since these are so crappy, I can hardly put them on. Okay, so it goes on that good. And the next big deal is, can you get it into your handlebars? Yeah, that's close. Could probably hammer that down into place. It's a beefier tubing, so it's hard to fit in there. But if you go ahead at this point and hammer it in, it may just jive. You know what? Then again, I can just turn these around and use them backwards. So that fits in better. That's gonna be a better deal. So that's the way, I'm gonna go that way. It's like a whole change of plans. We're not gonna use the white tubing. We're gonna use the black tubing that came with it, because those can fit in a little easier. Too many rides here. Okay, so we've got the whole load of parts that need to go on the bike that's being built out of worse parts. We've got them set aside. The next phase of work can now begin.
That's tomorrow on...
It can begin now.
That's tomorrow on...
But it's not beginning today. That's next time on the Too Many Rides Garage.
That was the picture a few seconds ago.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Yeah, he's quite a guy. Boy, that was really a slick job.